Welcome to Malcesine, Lake Garda. Now, this particular store on Malcesine is called Jolly One. It's kind of like the Total Wine in Italy. They literally have everything you want. The girl was hilarious. But if you notice here,
she's gonna be famous.
one thing you'll notice about Italian liquor stores is there's so much color and character. And as we mosey on this side of this particular wall, you'll see that they have Italian single malts. You know what I wonder about Italian single malts? I wonder, do they char their barrels? Because a lot of their whiskey is real light, so they may not char their barrels. Similar to Canadian whiskey, they don't char their barrels a lot of times. But if you notice here, the Jack Daniel's single barrel is very similar to the price back home. It's only 49 bucks here. So that was good to see. But I wanted y'all to see this. Now, is this a Dusty? I wasn't quite sure. I've never seen this particular label. Now, I've seen the Austin Nichols bottles before, but I've never seen one of this particular kind. So I was wondering if this is a Dusty. You bourbon enthusiasts, you may know. But of course, you see Irish Mist, which is similar to Drambuie. So like instead of making a rusty nail, you make a black nail. And there go the Drambuie right there. And if you've never had a rusty nail before, oh man, it is so delicious. You basically just use scotch and Drambuie, and that is your cocktail. You can garnish it with an orange peel, apple peel. But the same thing with Irish Mist. Instead of using scotch, you use Irish whiskey. And you make what they call a black nail. And Italians are huge on amaretto. I believe that is where it's from. So you're going to see some Disaronno and all different type of amarettas. You even had Bailey's there. And Pololi is a distillery that makes grappa. They make wine. They make whiskey. So they're kind of like Heaven Hill in Italy. They're a very popular distributor. That looks like an Armagnac bottle, but that is, I believe it is a grappa bottle. But Pololi is huge in Italy. And there's some colorful bottles, if you notice there. And hold tight, you're going to see some more Dusties. I will show you a little bit later. And that particular liqueur there, they use a lot in Italy.
Aperol.
But one thing I like about these Italian liquor stores is almost every bottle you can have on your bar top, even if you don't know what it is. It's very colorful, very character, got a lot of character to it. And these particular liqueurs were very delicious in a lot of their cocktails. Didn't know what they were putting in them, but I definitely enjoy drinking them. And that is a Negroni. And just some other things here. If you see anything that you recognize, let me know. But a lot of gins, a lot of amarettas, and a lot of grappas, a lot of vodkas, and other Italian liqueurs. They're huge into liqueurs, it seems like. What do we have here? Hold tight. What does that say? Montenegro. What does that mean? Well, actually, Montenegro, it means Black Mountain. I seen that Negro, and I was like, hold on a minute. Montenegro means Black Mountain. And so a lot of their stuff looks like dusty old whiskeys that's been sitting here for a long time, but that's just how colorful they are. Look, Don Papa, I believe, is a rum. And of course, apricot brandy is a brandy. And this particular section, I believe, is their brandy section along with the cognac section coming up shortly here. And here's the cognac section. You got your VSOP, a lot of these cognacs I've never seen before, AE Duor. Now, France is not too far from Italy, so I'm sure they have the up and up on all of the cognacs because it's right across the way. So here's a award-winning cognac, which I usually shy away from. If something advertised and award-winning, I usually don't get it. But of course, Hennessy is very popular. But these are all their brandies and their cognacs. Now, what's the difference between a brandy and a cognac? Well, cognac has to be done in France, the southern part of France, I believe. I forget. Armagnac is in the southern part of France, and cognac, I believe, is done in the northern part. And the oldest brandy in the world, believe it or not, is not cognac. It is Armagnac, and they're both done in France. In fact, I believe Armagnac is one of the oldest spirits ever commercialized. Armagnac is older than Scotch, it's older than Cognac, it's older than Bourbon. There's the other Dusty, Dewar's White Label. Have you ever seen that bottle? In fact, when I seen it, I had to look it up, and I believe the only place I found it was on eBay. For an empty bottle, they wanted $45. So just to kind of help you to appreciate some of the things you'll run into when you run into these stores and you'll see stuff that you've never seen before, or you may even run into something that you won't have backstage. Let me know what you think.